Three, two, one. Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Abdul Mojeed Sulayman. Just before we get started on the video, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed, who's liked, who's shared, and who's watched or commented on the last video, which was the part 1 of the British National men's preview. The feedback has been amazing, and thank you so much for subscribing and tuning into the content. And let's just get straight into it. We have the 93s, the 105s, the 120s, and the 120 plus men's review in this video. So we'll start off with the 93 kg men. So in the 93 kg, we have quite a few lifters who've actually dropped out from the class. We've unfortunately had Dapper, who will not be competing at this nationals, and also Orlando, or Yando as it's called online, who also not be competing. Dapper was the person who won British nationals last year. He's a ridiculous deadlifter. I mean, his title on Instagram is called Deadlift Connoisseur. That's all you need to know. I'll literally just show it, I'll show you this 370 kg pull he did. It's ridiculous. The man's standard it's so high, and I've been so excited to see him come for British Nationals, but unfortunately he'll be there this year. The 370 he did, I think, was about 2-3 weeks out from Nationals. It's with straps, but still, 370 kg by a 93 kg lifter is ridiculous. There's nothing else to see about with that. And then we also have Yando or Orlando. He is the #1 British junior 93 kg lifter. He also got injured closer to this comp. Another squat monster. Definitely one to keep an eye on for the future, as he'll be getting stronger, especially crossing over from that junior to the open stage. The numbers tend to skyrocket quite a bit, and the man is built he's built to squat. So it'll be very exciting to see how he does come into the future. So let's get started on the rest of the class. So we have William Pickering, who is our #1 nominated lifter for this class. I had the opportunity to actually lift and compete with William at Euros. William is a great athlete in general. That's the only one thing to say. The man is an engineering student who's graduated from Oxford University, and he also works for a Formula 1 company. I mean, the man he's doing bits every single way. He's strong, he's smart, he's calculated. There's nothing else you want from the man. William is a strong athlete. I believe he totaled 805 kg at Euros, which is a very, very impressive total, and he currently holds the total record for British powerlifting. I believe in this competition he'll be looking to push the standard a lot. While I was at Euros with William, he showed me a few of his videos, training videos, just showed me on the side, said, this is what I did. I think the 805 he did at Euros was good, but I think he wants to push it back quite a lot. So let's dig into his total and how everything looks from there. So Will placed second in Nationals last year to Dapper, where he did a 285 kg squat, 182.5 kg bench, and a 320 kg deadlift. I believe he tried to pull for the position by pulling 340, but it was just too much for him. Compare that to his Euros performance, where he did 287.5, the same 182.5 kg bench, and a 335 kg deadlift. I think he'll be looking to exceed those numbers, because while we're having chatting, or while we're talking, he mentioned that he wasn't liking his setup on the Alico bench because he does a feet up setup. So I believe he's leaving a few kilos on the bench, especially because at Euros, Nationals, he did 182.5 kg for his second attempt. He failed that but had to retake it. And then he was kind of capped at Euros, which is your first international comp and traveling and everything. I think Will put something very impressive. I think he'll probably total somewhere between the 810 to 820, 825 kg total, which is very, very impressive. And that's a good way to push the standards for the 93s. But then he's also going up against Adam Fulat, who's coming all the way from Dubai. The man is big on social media. He has close to 200 and something followers. But Adam last competed in 2019 British Championships. That is a while ago. I mean, in that competition, he did a 277.5 kg squat, 170 kg bench, and a 300 kg deadlift, where he missed 175 kg and also 315 kg on the deadlift. The man has made a lot of progress since then. Just going on his social media, he recently did the Desert Power meet, which is held in Desert Barbell, I believe. And then he did a 292.5 kg squat, 192.5 kg bench, and a 315 kg deadlift. The man is strong. That puts him at 800 kg total. Now, I slid in the DMs, had a chat with Adam. He also said that 800 wasn't his best total. He could have done a lot more on that day. He wasn't feeling his best. So both of these lifters are definitely looking to push the standard a lot coming into nationals. I think the way it'll play out is It depends on how far ahead Adam is in the subtotal. I think Adam potentially will squat more and bench more than Will, just because Adam is like a 200. If you look at his training recently, he's done 282.5 kg squat. The speed of this squat is ridiculously quick. The man, he looks like he can load up more. Probably end up somewhere between 295 or 300 kg on the squat if needed. Bench, he could push that to a 195 kg, 200. Who knows? He recently posted a 195 kg bench. He did a few weeks out. I think this is an impressive bench considering the fatigue he'll probably be in at this point in his prep. So I think he could probably be going in with 500 kg total, give or take, before the deadlifts begin. Now, it depends on how close Will is to Adam before the deadlifts start. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Adam will be ahead, but it's how close Will can stay. Because I think Will has the higher potential in the deadlift. The man has pulled 335 kg at Euros. He missed the 340 at British Nationals last year, but I think he's definitely going to be coming back to take that 340 and establish that he can do it irrespective. I think his Euros performance was like the weights were a bit slow, give or take, and I think he just didn't have his best day, which is 805, which is still insane. But I think he can still push that deadlift a lot more if needed, and it just depends on how further ahead Adam Fuller is for the subtotal and when the deadlifts come around. Unfortunately, Will has that higher deadlift total or deadlift number, so he will always have the last say on the total. So it just depends on how far Adam Fuller can push him and maybe just make him over tip. But a 9 for 9 day for both lifters will probably see Will coming on top. Now in third place, I'll probably put Christopher or Mahin Zafar. I think both these listers are very interesting. Christopher looks very strong. His bench looks insane. The man competed recently at British Bench Nationals, which he didn't seem to have his best day. But I think he recently posted on his Instagram, showing him doing a 190 kg bench for 4 reps. That's ridiculous. Depending on how well his bench goes, I think looking at Mahin's lifts from not too long ago at British Juniors, which was ages ago, but I mean, it looked like it was a very easy 700 total. I think it could easily put an extra 10 kg on all of those lifts over the last 6 months. So I'll be interested to see how the third place battle goes, but I'll probably give my predictions as Will Pickering for first position, Adam for second, and then I'll probably put Christopher for third, unless Mahin can make that massive amount of progress and obviously pull something ridiculous, because he'll also have the last say for the third podium position in comparison to Christopher, who's more of a subtotal person also. Next up, we have the 105 kg class. Since this is my channel, let me just say, I get the option to give two. I'm going to give 2 predictions for this. One is obviously favored. Like, I'm a competitor. If I didn't pick myself, that would be ridiculous. So for my first predictions, I'm going to pick myself first. That's it. Nothing else. You can't say anything. Me first. Everyone, I don't care. It's just me. Just joking. Being serious though, we have Sam Watts, Ben Pape, myself obviously included, Michael Tennant, and Thomas Stryver. These are all phenomenal athletes. I mean, everyone's pushing the standards on the 105s. We're going to see multiple 800 plus totals coming through. Let's crack it with Sam Watt. We'll start with Sam Watt first. Sam Watt is a phenomenal human being. First of all, Sam has been competing since 1990. Let that sink in. 1990. I was not even born then. The man has been competing for a very, very long period of time. He's 52, or should be turning 52 this year. Phenomenal. Phenomenal shape, phenomenal numbers. He's also, so I think he started powerlifting back in the 1990s. Imagine. Competed for a long period of time. In 1999, I think he also held the British record in single ply, where he did like a 350 something squat. Who knows? The man has broken multiple records, and then I think he stepped off to do bodybuilding for a long period of time, and then he's come back to powerlifting to obviously dominate everyone because he's Sam Watt and he can do whatever the hell he wants to do. Just to talk about his accolades, he's also the WNBF, which I believe is the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation Pro Champion. So the man is ripped. All you have to do is look at his pictures. At 51, Lord. The man is a different kind of monster. That's all I can say. Respect to him. He's an absolute legend. Sam Watt is impressive. There's nothing else to say. Like, just looking, Sam Watt recently competed about 4 weeks ago and he totaled 875 kg. So he did a 330 kg squat, a 190 kg bench, and a 355 kg deadlift. All these numbers looked pretty comfortable. And for him to do 875 just before his peaking block, I think it could go two ways. Number one, it just means he doesn't care and he's so strong that this is just a casual training day for him. But it's also a lot of fatigue to maybe be carrying into a peaking block. It just depends on how far ahead he is in comparison to everyone else. But 875 before you even start a peak, that's ridiculous. There's nothing else to say apart from that. He's very, very strong, and I'm definitely looking up to see what total he can put up. But at 875 kg total, weeks ago before British Nationals, I'm thinking he's looking to settle somewhere between the 890 to 900 kg total minimum. I think the man is going to do something ridiculous and insane on the stage. If he has a 9 for 9 day. The only problem with pushing weights this heavy is obviously big jumps means big losses on your total. Also, it just depends on how his day goes. Next up, we also have Ben Pape in the weight class. Ben competed 2021, where I believe he did a 302.5 kg squat, 180 kg bench, and a 335 deadlift. And I think he went for 340, but missed it on grip or something. The man has gotten a lot stronger since then. I think he took a lot of time off powerlifting and went into rugby, but he's come back refined, stronger, and he looks mean and ready to go. He's recently done, I think one of the most insane things, he's done a 350 kg deadlift at RP 7 or 8, who knows. He looked like he could have doubled that easily. He is very, very strong. He's recently posted a 302.5 kg squat he's done. And I think he's also done a 295 double a few days after doing that 302 squat. So he's very fatigued and he's still able to execute on those numbers. And then bench is probably keeping a little bit hidden. We haven't seen much from him, but I think he would look solid for 180 kg plus bench. He recently posted 180 kg on his page, and that also looked very, very strong. Now, looking at all those numbers, I think Ben could place anywhere between an 870 to an 880 kg total if he's having a very, very good day and a 9 for 9 day. Hopefully, we just see how these boys turn up on the day, and the standard should be insane. And then finally, obviously, you have more. There's been crazy this prep. For me, on my side, I think the best I've done or I've posted on my social media is a 180 kg triple I did on bench, which felt very, very good. A 330 kg deadlift double, which also felt very confident. Like I felt like I could have gone for more reps. And then squats, 300 kg squat. Not the quickest, not the most impressive, but it is what it is. I think I'll put myself somewhere between an 865 to an 875 kg total. I think we could do something good. Just depends on how the day goes. Obviously, this is based off the training I've shown. I've done a 315 kg squat before. I think, give or take, that was 6 months ago. I should be able to add at least another 2.5 or 5 kg on top of that. Bench, we've done a 185 bench, but I've just done a 180 bench triple. So we should be able to push that to a new standard. And then deadlifts, a 330 kg double is the heaviest double I've ever done. So hopefully that means that my deadlift has progressed quite a bit. So we'll see how these numbers stack up overall in the end of the day. I think I'll give myself, I think I'll go with, based off the training we've seen so far, I'll go with Samwat, because Samwat looks so impressive. There's nothing else you can say. 875 before peak is just insane. Pape looks very, very good. That 350 kg was just a tipping point. It looks impressive and it looks ready to pull something ridiculous. And I'll put myself in third position based off the training that you can see online. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, we also have two amazing athletes also competing in the 105. We have Thomas Driver. He's an amazing squatter. The only thing I actually can find online about him is his squat he did recently at also a desert barbell meet. He looked very impressive. That 325 looked comfortable, and he also seemed like he hadn't really prepped for it. Kind of just strode up and did a 325. That's impressive and that's insane. So it'd be nice to see what he can squat at British Nationals. And then we also have Michael Tennant, who's an amazing deadlifter. The man, it's ridiculous. He's posted a 371 kg deadlift, which he did a while ago. This was Sulayman. Unfortunately, he injured his hip after doing this straight away. Well, actually, it wasn't after doing straight away, but it was a while later. But he's also done very amazing deadlifts. He's deadlifted 350 or 340. He's done 350 in a competition. And very recently, he's pulled 340 kg also. So you expect some very, very massive numbers in terms of squat and deadlifts from these guys also. And also in terms of total, they'll probably be breaking into the 800s. And we'll see how close they can get to, obviously, myself, Pape, and Samwat. Now, in the 120 kg class, we have two insane people turning up. First off, unfortunately, we don't have Kieran coming into this competition. He's not pleased pulled out. I think he had a pec injury. But we have Ben Wharton, Ben G, my friend. He's a pretty cool guy. Intensity is his name. Amazing squatter, amazing bencher, amazing deadlifter, and he's also still growing into the 120 class. The man literally walks around 110, maybe 111 at a stretch. So he's got a very, very long way to grow, and he's got a lot of potential to still fill up in the class as he keeps on growing. Especially in that squat, I think the man will be scoring somewhere in the 340s, 350s come time once he eventually fills out the class. Benji looks amazing. I think at the British Nationals, he placed third, where he did a 317.5 kg squat, a 195 bench, and also a 340 kg deadlift. I think he looks very good to surpass those numbers coming into this meet. I think he recently posted a 315 kg squat he did in the gym, and it looks quick, it looks impressive, it looks like he can smoke 320, 325 if needed, maybe even 330, who knows. Looks ready for 200 kg bench, is long overdue. He benched 195 last year, and he's also hit 195 in the gym already, pretty speedy and comfortably. And also deadlifts, he's done a 340 kg deadlift already in the gym, so he's definitely looking to peak above all those numbers he did last year, and obviously hit something in the 880. So I think he'll hit something between the 870 to 880 kg total also. And then we have two absolute monsters in the class. So we have Indiraj. Ind is an impressive lifter. Now, he used to compete in the 105 kg class, and I think he was notorious for having very, very impressive gym lifts. But when it came to competition time, there was always a big drop off. And I just think that was due to the fact that he was competing in the class that wasn't meant for him. I think the weight cut was obviously nerfing him, and obviously whatever issues he was dealing with leading into that prep. So I think Inch looks very, very impressive going into the 120s, and he can finally eat as much as he wants and enjoy the weight class. I think back in May 2021, he posted a 330 kg squat, a 175 kg bench, and a 355 kg deadlift. Those are impressive. That's 860 already last year. 860. Now, the man doesn't have to water cut. That man doesn't have to reduce calories or do anything. He can just come in and have fun. So that's almost 10 months. He must have made a lot of progress on that 860 total already. Very simply, I think that 330 squat could easily go to a 340 kg squat. That 175 bench is probably one of his weakest lifts, but 5 kg improvement in 10 months, that's standard. Like, you should be pushing maybe 5 kg, 7.5 kg. And then deadlifts. Very recently, the man deadlifted with Dave Richardson, and Dave posted. So this Dave Richardson is the current deadlift holder for the 120 kg class. He posted on his Instagram saying Inge is going to take his record. He won't be surprised if that happens. So that puts Indiraj at a 370.5 kg deadlift or more. Very simply, just adding up a 330 kg or 340 kg squat, a 180 kg bench, and a 370.5 kg deadlift. That gives him a monster total of 890 kg total. I think that's very, very impressive, and Inge can do that as first competition. That would be insane. The man would definitely have some fun on the day, and hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing what he can put up on that day too. And then we also have Baruch. I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name, but I think it's called Bo. Impressive lifter. We haven't seen anything recently from him, but I think the last post on his social media is a 350 kg squat double. That was ages ago, and that's ridiculously insane. I had to scroll a bit and do a bit of searching to find any information on him. As of recently, I think he might have taken a bit of time off from doing that. The best squat he ever did leading, I think since his previous last comp, was a 364 kg squat. And he was also talking about going for the legendary 400 kg squat during that time. He must have taken some time off, because I recently saw a meet. I was able to find information on the meet he did in Greater London qualifiers, where he squatted 300 kg, which is a long way from 364. But in this meet, it also looks like he's having fun. It looks like when he's going for his meet attempt, they misloaded the bar, and then he's also just strolled casually to have the 300 kg squat. So, and that was also 8 weeks ago. So I think he could have put a lot of work in within the last 8 weeks to go somewhere midway to his previous numbers. So I won't be surprised to see maybe a 340 kg squat from the man, maybe a 210, 215 kg bench, and then maybe a 330 deadlift. I think with deadlift, once you've deadlifted it, you never really lose it. As long as you can get back into the groove of things, your deadlift normally stays loyal. I think that also put Bo somewhere in the 870 to 880 kg total range. I think he has the potential to do a lot more. His best total is 885, but I just think with the time off, he might have not been able to return back to his full capacity. I don't know much. He might be a full capacity and squatting 350 kg. In that sense, he's just going to steamroll everyone. But he's not posted much recently, and I think I think he will bring something impressive, but it's not going to be as impressive as what he'll probably bring next year, where he'll probably smash and be one of the top competitors for the 120 kg class with all of these other guys too, as they make some progress. So for the 120 class, I'm going to say Indiraj for my first position. I just think because he's such a monster deadlifter, he will have the last say. And he will load up wherever he needs to pull for position, because I don't think he'll be that far behind any of these other two guys. Benji, I'll put in second, just because I think Bo is not going to be at his top end. And I think Benji's growing. Benji's definitely getting a lot stronger, and he'll be looking to bring his best, most intense performance to the platform yet. And then I'll probably put Bo in my third place position. And then finally, we have the 120 kg plus class. Now, you have to see these men to really appreciate when they see 120 kg plus. These guys are massive. Just to give you an example, I met AJ at Euros, and AJ is a massive human being. The man on which tripped, and for like 2 seconds, I was scared as hell he was going to fall on me. Like, I panicked. Also, same as Aaron Thompson. Aaron is massive. He looks like a strong man doing powerlifting. It's insane. I remember seeing him at the warm-up room, and it was like, dude, just imagine this giant and everyone else is just like little. I'm also not that. I'm 6'1". I'm tall. This man is huge. And also Asif is also a massive, impressive human being. But Aaron is definitely predicted number one with a 910 kg total going into this competition. It'll be very interesting to see how he does. Just like I said, Aaron is a tall person and he has a 370 kg squat. That's a long way to go down, and that's a long way to go back up. Very, very impressive score. I think recently he posted on his Instagram a 340 kg double. Looks impressive. The size of the plates, the plates also next to him look very, very small and tiny, even like the little boxes. But it's just insane how impressive of a human being he is. I think he'll be able to push that squat a little bit more, maybe a 375, maybe a 380 squat, who knows. Bench, I haven't seen that much from him. I think he did 207.5 kg bench last year. I think he might be able to push that to maybe a 210, 215. I think, because I haven't seen a lot of information on him from his social media, but I think he's made a lot of progress on his bench, definitely. And then deadlift, just like I said, it's a long way up. It's a long way to reach down, and it's a long way to pull back up. He recently posted a 330 kg deadlift. Looked ridiculously quick off the floor, but then just fatigued to like slow reaching the top. I think that might just be due to comp fatigue, as he's been training for a long period of time. And he's a taller lifter, so basically doing reps or handling fatigue might not go well for him. So maybe when it comes to comp day, he'll have a lot more in the tank. But I think I'll put him somewhere around it. Just looking at that video, I'll put him somewhere around maybe a 335. He might be able to squeeze out a 340 with a good taper and peak. But it'll be very interesting to see what Aaron can put on the platform, and I think he'll be able to surpass that 910 kg total he did last year. Next up, we have Asif Ahmed. This man is insane. All I have to, you need to watch Asif squat to appreciate what is going on. The man literally squats, here's a video of him squatting 360 kg. He literally squats to parallel, and then he goes, nah, I'm good. I'll go deeper. And then explodes out. It's ridiculous. It's very, very insane, but he's done a lot of weight. That's all I can say. He recently, he posted a 380 kg squat a while ago. Recently, he's posted a 360 kg squat, which moved ridiculously easy. There's nothing else to say on top of that. He looks ready to squat something ridiculous and filthy come at nationals. But just the way he squats, obviously, is a bit interesting, just because he reaches parallel and then he goes below parallel and then comes back up. So there's that little bit of point where he could have a sticking point, but we just have to see, because at last year's nationals, he had the 380, which he took to the hole, but then just stopped and couldn't come out of the hole with it. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes this year. He's smashing a lot of weight. He's doing 330, 340. He's done the 350 triple already, which is just ridiculous. He's done 350 triple. He's done a 360 kg squat, RP5, who knows. So the man is looking ready to squat something insane. Maybe we might see a 400 kg squat in the 120 plus. It's been a long time since we've seen that. But you never know what can happen with these guys. They're all monsters. In terms of bench, Asif doesn't really post a lot of top end work on bench and deadlift. all the best I could find was a 190 bench triple for 3x3 he was doing. It looked ridiculously easy. I think he attempted 220 kg last year at British Nationals. He'll be looking to definitely bench that this year. And then also he deadlifts. There's not a lot of information again on it, unfortunately. But last year he did attempt a 325, but he failed 312.5 before. The fact that he could attempt 325s makes me think that he could potentially do that 325, that 330 range. So I think he could put himself in a good position depending on how well his squat goes and how well his bench goes. He might be able to load something up just to bump Aaron off the stage. But I think Aaron will probably be in a very, very good position heading into deadlift. And it just depends on who has the better grip on the day, because once you're as big as this guy is, like, it's mostly the lockout that's the issue. So it'll be very interesting to see how that battle goes down. But I think for my predictions, I think it'll be very, very close. Both will have monster squats, and it depends on how well Asif squats goes. If Asif is able to squat something like 390, Asif is walking away with that medal. I think he'll be able to do it with a good bench also. But if squats are not as good as 390, maybe a 380 kg squat, maybe a 215, 220 kg deadlift bench, I think Aaron will have the edge going into deadlift and will probably go for it. So for that reason, I'll probably give Aaron my number 1 pick, and I'll give Asif my number 2 pick. And in number 3, I'll put Michael Jones. Michael Jones put 700 kg for his qualifying total. The man has done a lot more than that. He's totaled 885 kg. I think his best total so far is a 330 kg squat, a 225 kg bench, and a 330 kg deadlift. And that was back in 2019. So if he's made any progress whatsoever, I think he should be in the 900s. And it will definitely be giving Asif and Aaron a run for the money. The man hasn't posted anything in a very, very long period of time. So there's not much I can call and say how well he'll do. But it's fair enough to give him an extra 10 kg on each of those lifts over the last 2 years. So I think he could end up with a 910 total maybe. And it might just be enough to go into third or maybe bump someone off second position. But I think Asif and Aaron will be going head to head. And I think they'll have a very, very good performance on the day. So thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. I am running out of breath. I think I'm losing my voice at this point. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm going to try my best to edit it and get it out to you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for listening. I am out and I'm empty. Please do let me know your picks. Comment down in the comment section in the video. And hopefully I'll catch you guys for the next one. I'm definitely going to try and do this more frequently. The meet predictions, I think mostly for nationals. I'm not going to do like local small comps, but I think it's fun. Definitely give myself a lot more time to also do this next time, because this is very, very last minute. I'm putting a lot of stress. But thank you, and I'll catch you guys next time.